Hello. Um, welcome back to Think Republic. It's been quite a while since I posted any video, but this is all due to the political atmosphere going on here in United States, and I was so busy with other political things happening, and I'm sorry for that. But here we are. We're back on, and yes. Let's get into this. Let's jump into the whole groove of what is happening around the world. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit of what is going on here, but I decided, you know what, that'll be for the next video. Um, but let's continue on with challenges we're meeting, especially in Africa. So recently, I was reading an article written by a journalist from BBC talking about how parents or moms or due to poverty, women are selling their kids on the black market, especially in Kenya. It seems like it's a big market there. Uganda is a big market there. And then we come to West Africa. There's also a big market there whereby parents decide to sell the little infants, the little kids on the black market so they can get money. I have to say, this is a shame. It's such a shame that it's not African. It's not, I should say it's not human, because you think you're so poor to the point you're going to sell your infant or your baby or your kid because you need money. How much are they being paid? What do you think? What price can you put on a life? Think about it. This is a baby. You literally took 9 months out of your time to carry this baby in your womb, care for the baby, and then afterwards, the baby comes, and then you realize, whoops, I'm poor. Now I have to sell my baby so I can get money. And how much did they give you? $20 for a baby, $20. And that baby is gone. Do you even know where this baby goes? Do you know what happens after when you sell this baby? No, let me tell you a little thing about what happens, because I have looked into that. Before I get there, let me just say this. There's under no circumstances on this planet do you have a right to sell a child you give birth to. I have to say that. You can give them for adoption if you think you can't take care of them, or you can give them to your relative or whatever, take them temporarily until you get on your feet and come back. But there's no way, there's no right. You have to be absolutely insane to sell your own kid. Okay? That being said, think about it. So you sell your kid for $20. The kid is gone. You never see this child. You think you have money. How long do you think you're gonna last with $20? Let's say $100, $1,000, $2,000. How long are you gonna last with that money? Huh? So, this is so much. I have no words. Listen, people. Poverty is in the mind. In the mind. You can be poor, but behave like you have. Because having and possession is in the heart. And people can come to you and they think you're the richest, or you are really rich but pretending to be poor just because of the attitude. I understand that, yes, you can be poor and you don't have food to eat. I get that. I really get that. I'm not saying I negate that, because I have lived it. I have been poor to the point where I had no food. I have been poor to the point where I didn't know where tomorrow's meal was coming from. I get that. But nowhere in the equation did I ever think my mom would sell me, or even my mom would dare think I'm going to sell these kids so I can get money for food tomorrow. Who are you going to feed anyway? So my point is, poverty is in the mind. Once your mind is educated to know that poverty is just in the mind, your actions and what you put out don't have to be poor. You don't have to show that you're poor. You can have a person who has a small house, they don't have food, but when you enter that house, given the way the house is set up, given the way they have put together everything, you would never know that these people are poor. You could think they're middle class or they have at least something to eat and move on, and yet they're the poor of the poorest. So it depends how you want to perceive what you think poor is. So that being put aside, let's move on. When these kids are sold, where do they go? I want to tell you that I have researched this, and I'll tell you where these kids mostly go. They become donor, or they become organ donors. That is the thing. One, we have a lot of people in the Western world that are sick. They need kidneys, they need eyes, they need our new heart, they need so many things that they need. So you sell your own kid who you thought, I don't know whether you wanted the kid or you didn't want the kid or whatever the case, but you sold the kid for $20, $30, $100, $1,000. I don't care how much the price is. And that kid is taken and you never see that kid again. Oh, they promise you, you know what, don't worry, we're going to go the kid will be fine. No, this is what happens. These kids go through, they end up in Thailand, they end up in the UK, they end up in the US, they end up in China, whatever they end up. If your kid, there's such a big market to the point that if your kid is not necessarily needed or wanted, or if they're abused, I feel like maybe somehow it's okay, which is not okay. But I mean, better than dying, cutting you and taking out your organs and selling them. But if not, the other bad thing that happens is these kids will be abused sexually. They'll be assaulted, they'll be sold on the market every single day. We have so many perverts out there that will come to buy a baby to sleep with. So now think and imagine you're selling your own kid and you do not even know where your child is going. So don't come and start saying, oh, I didn't know what to do, I didn't know what to say. Bull. You need to understand that when you relinquish the power and you sell your kid, you better know where your kid is going. But don't be there and say, oh, so-and-so told me everything was going to be right. If so-and-so told you that everything was going to be all right, why wouldn't you know that yourself, if you're not having food today, or you're poor today, or you don't have food or clothes or housing, why wouldn't you tell yourself that tomorrow will be all right? Things will be all right. And you think that selling your child is what is going to bring you the happiness you think you're going to get. It's temporary, and temporary means it's only going to last a day, and that money will be gone, kaput. Please, people, I'm talking to leaders. If you hear of this nonsense happening in your community, people, wake up. You hear of a madam who is like buying kids or trying to put them in an orphanage. You've never seen this orphanage. Ask, be inquisitive. We cannot be so ignorant to the point that we let these young people, these young lives, just go slide under because they are poor. No one cares about them, and we cannot ask questions. People come up and form all sorts of ideas, and so form all these kind of things like orphanages or housing or this. Go check them out. It's your job, you as leaders, you as chairmen, you as everything, anytime you have any authority, not only those, but you as grandmothers, mothers, parents, go check out those things. Check out that orphanage. Check out that boarding house. Check out whatever it is they're saying they're going to take your kid. Go investigate. At the end of the day, it's your kid going there. If not, it's your grandkid going there. It's your nephew, your niece, your cousin going there. You should be able to investigate and know that my kid is going in a safe place. Otherwise, I just feel like you trying to play and say, oh, I didn't know is not enough. Let us get out of this stupidity. I call it stupid. I'm sorry, it's stupidity. And I'm not going to put it on everybody, but I think Some people are actually ignorant to the point that they don't know what is happening. I get that. But at the same time, if you have the audacity and the knowledge to know that you can sell your own kid, I think you're smart enough to know that you can also go and ask. Okay? So I had this story in Kenya. The BBC was talking about these women, a group of women, young girls who were going out. And, I mean, unfortunately, they became pregnant. Men, their husbands or their boyfriends weren't there, and they fell. I mean, they were poor. They got sick. They didn't know what to do, and the only solution was to sell the kids. And these women, these madams, would come to them and buy the kids and tell them that everything's gonna be okay. And so they decided to do that. I think that is really, really sick, very sick. I don't know how much I can talk about it. I'm sorry. I feel it's my duty to talk about these kind of things. I feel like it's the duty of everyone, everybody in the society. We have lived for centuries and centuries in societies whereby we are nosy. We know what is happening here and there as a people. We should continue to do that. There's something beautiful about being nosy to the point whereby you know what is happening to your neighbor. Now, modernity has made it bad because if you become too nosy, then you're too nosy and it's too bad and it becomes something else. I mean, I'm not talking about stalking and being dangerously nosy in that area, but I grew up, my mom didn't have to be home for me to feel safe. My neighbors, if they saw a car pass by or somebody who never lived in that neighborhood or somebody who didn't belong, oh my God, they would make an alarm. Who is that person? What are they doing here? What is that car? Kids, come on in. Everybody took care of everybody. Now it's everybody for themselves. And so if you want to sell your kid, go ahead and sell your kids. And if those kids end up being the organ donors to China, that's fine. Wake up. This is ridiculous. This is nonsensical. This is foolishness and madness. Stop this. You cannot sell your own kids. If you knew you didn't want this kid, then don't have them. Don't go out there. Don't go looking for them. Don't stop it. Literally, I'm saying stop. Okay? We need to hold hands. We need to come together. If you have a problem, speak up. There's a whole big community out there on the internet world. Come and speak. I'm guaranteeing you 100% people will step up to help you. So stop feeling like you're so much by yourself that it's your own problem to the point where you think you have to sell your kid and you don't know where this child is going. You don't know where this infant is going. You don't know where all these things are going. What is going to happen to your kid? I'm really, really pleading to everybody. Step up and do your job. We all have jobs as a society, as a community, as a human race. Please. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. But let us put our minds together. Together, we will win. Together, we will build a society. Apart, divided, we will fall. Remember that. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Please subscribe to my channel and log in and leave your comment. Tell me what you think. What can we talk about? How can we change things? I appreciate every single thing you do, and have a wonderful, wonderful New Year. This is me signing off.